I'd like to introduce our speaker for today, Jasmine Tuan from Clue. I won't go too much into her history because she will tell us a bit more, but she is a zero waste warrior. She's gone on a life-altering journey across the sea, next door, and she's come back to share many of her learnings with us today. So without further ado, please give a warm round of applause for our last speaker of the month, Jasmine.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here and spending your Friday morning with me at Creative Mornings' last topic of the year, which is on cycle. I'll just jump straight in. Yes, my clicker, thank you. Okay. I'll share a bit on how my life transformed from a vicious cycle to a sustainable loop. According to the British Fashion Council, there are enough clothes on the planet to clothe the next 6 generations. And yet, each year we consume over 80 billion new garments worldwide. And with the rise of fast fashion and ultra-fast fashion, this just push us to deplete our finite resources at an alarming rate. The results? Disposable clothes churned out at the cost of our environment. And each time we buy something new, unnecessarily, we are sending a clear signal to the manufacturer: make more. This is a classic cycle of demand and supply, but with devastating consequences. I was guilty as charged. This was my wardrobe. There's this other side as well, not in the picture. Contributing to overproduction and overconsumption. This is my so-called life up till end of 2015. I love fashion, you can see, and I love shopping. And the moment I started earning my own income, I will buy anything and everything because I can. Whether it's online, offline, high street, high-end, slow fashion, fast fashion, first-hand, second-hand, I will buy them all. And it doesn't help when I started my own fashion boutique retail store. I don't know why I'm pixelated here, but that's me. I started shopping in my own shop. And we used to house the best of Asia fashion, design and art. And I'm often invited to parties, launches, and often in the limelight, featured in the media. So dressing up was like a call of duty. Let's see, yes. And thankfully I have a lot of clothes. And also I have a lot of brand new ones, just to save them for the right occasion to wear. And I have accumulated so much fashion item, my fashion collection, I was so proud of them, that I had to turn one of my bedrooms into a walk-in wardrobe. Even the media took interest in it. I don't know why. So that's actually my wardrobe, feature all the things that I buy. And despite that, I often caught myself entering into a room full of clothes, thinking that I have nothing to wear. How many of you can relate to that? Amen, sisters, yes. So that was my life basically. It's funny, isn't it, to enter into a room filled with clothes, but yet have nothing to wear. I later learned that this is called decision fatigue. When you have too much choices and decisions to make, you don't end up making any. And then that creates a false sense of lack, because I have nothing to wear, so I need to go to buy more clothes. Yes, and that was what happened to my life basically. And it's really unsustainable, to be honest, especially to my pockets. And rewind. Fast forward then to 2015, I had the opportunity to live and work in Malaysia. So then I had to downsize my life because I know I couldn't take the whole entire wardrobe with me. Yeah, it's just unsustainable. And rewind before that. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, as you can see. I don't know why. I give talks so many times, but I'm still nervous. And I will grab my notes because I try to be a professional to not look at my notes, but then I will still forget. So let me just point out my notes. Okay, yes, thank you for the encouragement. So my brain cells is a little bit fried. I've been quite tired, to be honest. There are this vicious cycle of working. So other than being a shopaholic, I'm also a workaholic. There's this holic in my life. I need to go get help. So yeah, so I own so much item, I had to turn on my bedroom, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay. And then I learned that this is called decision fatigue. Yes. So yes. I really worked very hard on this script, okay. So yeah, then yes. So you see, owning so much stuff, even though it was my pride and joy, however, it is taking up a lot of my space. I had to turn my biggest bedroom actually into that walk-in wardrobe. I sleep in a smaller space because I want to house my pride and joy, right? And yeah, it takes up a lot of space and also my energy on maintaining and manage these things. You know, to wash, and I'm such an OCD. I need to arrange by colors, and I wash them, steam them. Same, right? Oh my gosh, what are we doing to ourselves? So then, during spring cleaning season, next slide. I don't know why it's this. Okay, yes, that's me. So yes, during spring cleaning season, I would try to sell the clothes that I stopped using, so that I could take the money to buy more stuff. Sister, I know, and it's terrible. Yeah, so I even thought I'm being eco-friendly by doing that. Because I'm recycling clothes, right? I even use reusable shopping bags. Anyway, the whole buying and selling went on for decades. And it's stressing me out because it never seems to end. Because I've been doing this for like decades. I even organized flea market myself because there's just not enough flea market in Singapore, you know? So yeah, this went on and on and on until my life nearly ended. So it never ends, right? This whole shopping edit, and my life nearly ended in 2012 when I escaped this near-death experience and got a spiritual awakening. And shortly after, my fashion retail boutique had to close because we couldn't sustain the rent that went up to almost double. So basically, all of a sudden, I was left with pretty much nothing, but a lot of time and a lot of clothes. I remember staring at this fashion collection that I've amassed, I was so proud of, you know, and questioned, has my life been about, you know, working hard, shopping, and accumulating things up to this point? I was in my early 30s then. And is life about working hard, shopping harder to buy the things that I hardly even use? I only use 20% of what I own 80% of the time. And am I supposed to die as a consumer and that's it? And then on my tombstone, it will say something like, Jasmine was a great shopper, clap, clap, clap. The end. Surely life is more than that, right? And I nearly died, and I couldn't even take all my favorite things with me. So why am I spending so much time, money, and effort on stuff? You know, that's when I'm like, I want to change. Yeah, so that's when I fast forward to 2015, where I got an opportunity to live and work in Malaysia. And I knew I couldn't take my walk-in wardrobe with me. Why so fast? Okay, yes, let me rewind. So from this, yeah, I knew I couldn't take my walk-in wardrobe with me, so I had to like downsize my life seriously and quickly because I have a deadline to move out of Singapore. I sell them actively on apps, at the flea market. I even organize home garage sales to strangers to come into my house. I don't even know them, just buy my stuff. And I invited my friends to come take things from me and pass on things to my friends and family, and finally donate everything else to a charity organization. I felt light immediately. This was my bedroom. Even my room lit. And instead of using this room to hold, store, and hoard my possession, I was able to rent it out when I was away. So pretty cool. And yeah, so I managed to downsize from a walk-in wardrobe to a single rack and moved to Malaysia, feeling light and free, looking forward to change. So this was what my wardrobe looked like in Malaysia. Yeah, I picked out all my favorite things and bring with me. But guess what? Why you laugh? You know what's coming. When I arrived in Malaysia, the currency exchange rate got me really excited about shopping again. You know, $1 is equivalent to 3 ringgit. Now it's even better. That time was 3 ringgit, now 3.3. So when you divide everything by 3, oh my god, everything is so cheap. And new life, new beginning, new job, so new clothes, right? So then I started shopping again. It came back really quickly. And soon my wardrobe is filled to the brim. From one hanger hanging one clothes, I hang 2-3 clothes. Yeah, maximizing my hanger. And yeah, and soon I need to sell things at the flea market. And soon I need to give some things to my friends and donate to the charity organization. But wait a minute, all these things sound so familiar, right? I was sucked right back to the vicious cycle that I just got out of. I went to Malaysia hoping for change, looking forward to change, while my location changed, but I didn't. I was still that same old shopaholic, old habit diehard. Next slide. Yeah, my turning point came when I met the Zero Waste Malaysia NGO group at the end of 2017 at their first Zero Waste Fest in Kuala Lumpur. It's quite an eye-opening experience to be surrounded by a bunch of crazy people who inconvenience their life for the better of our planet. I love them. They are amazing. And that's where I first learned about the term zero waste and also B. Johnson's 5R principle to sustainable living. This one, which is refuse what you don't need, reduce what you do need, reuse what you already have, recycle what you cannot refuse, reduce or reuse, and finally rot or compose the rest. I used to go straight to recycling thinking I'm an eco-friendly person. And I knew I can do more than that and better than that. I added one more R in front, which is rethink, because I believe everything starts from the mindset, from your head. I need to rethink my consumption habit for sure. And my zero waste mantra is to think before I buy and think before I throw. Rewind. So inspired by the zero waste community and the kampong spirit basically, I was moved to start my own zero waste journey in 2018. And at the same time, I also committed to zero shopping on fast fashion items because I knew the stats from the group. And I was so ready to wear the same collection of clothes for the rest of my life, really committed, until I was taken to 2 swap events. So this is the 2 swap event that I went to Malaysia. This is the founder of Zero Waste Malaysia NGO. She already stepped down, so there's another lady called Sui. So I went to this 2 swap event which she took me, and I was hooked. Why? Because basically I just need to bring minimum 5 items that I stopped using but are still in good condition to exchange up to clothes that I will wear today. New to me styles that I will wear today. Not in the past, not in the near future, but today. So what a game changer. And swapping instantly became my new shopping. So in 2020, when I moved back to Singapore, I found another ex-fast fashion addict and to run Club together. And Club stands for Closing the Loop for Fashion for Good. So we basically have a mission to reduce fashion overconsumption and waste in Singapore through 4C, maybe 5C, not the typical Singapore 5C, is by collecting, curating, circulating the good apparel and fashion item amongst the community. Yes, and of course the most important C is also to connect with the people in this together with us. And we do it by introducing sustainable fashion or shopping alternative or experience. One of them is called Fashion Swap. And we run it, I think, for 4 years. The first Fashion Swap is in October 2020. So Fashion Swap is basically you bring 5 item minimum, still clean and great condition, and you can exchange up to 10 from the setup that we have. So from 10 racks, we increased to 16 racks, to now we have 22 racks in each pop-up. and we have them in different size. You just need to pay a nominal fee of $30 or $35, depending on whether you come with your friends or by yourself. So that's one. And not every clothes get rehomed. So the balance of the inventory would then be placed on, so this pop-up usually lasts for a weekend, and then the balance of the inventory would be placed on this concept called open wardrobe, which I think is Singapore's first honor system thrift store. We basically pop out in different venues in Singapore and set it up and just leave it as it is. It's self-service, self-checkout using an online payment system. You can also drop your cash in the cash box available. Yeah. At some point we have about 6 open wardrobe in Singapore, but now we have 2. We're down to 2. So one is outside Helium Mall next to the Bukit Panjang LRT, and the other one is at APSN Cafe for All. So now we also work with APSN Special Need to help us do simple sorting. Okay, this one, we also provide personal shopping experience called the curated bag, where you fill out a Google form, let us know what you're looking for, what's your favorite color, what and whatnot, and then we'll shop for you. And you can also gift a curated bag experience, so that, you know, we want to promote sustainable shopping gifting, so this is one of them, and you can give it in the form of e-voucher where the recipient will fill out the form and then we will shop for them. This happened when our swap started in the COVID period, where there's the restriction of 2%, 5%, 8%, and then rewind to 5 and then down to 2. So when we were running our event, we have the date set, and then there's an announcement that you can't run this event. And then we're like, shit. Me and my partner were sorting clothes, listening to the radio, and then we're like, oh no, our event is not going to happen because of the restriction. So we came out there and then this concept. Let's ask our swappers if they are okay that we shop for them, because we are running through all the inventory one by one anyways. So tell us what you want and we'll just bag it, and then you just come and pick and choose your favorite 5, 10 or 15, and you just pay accordingly. Actually, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. It's terrible, but it's guilt-free, don't worry, because they're all pre-loved. We have to still use the same engine. Okay, and we recently launched this concept called Bag It. Super fun, because we have so much beautiful clothes, but they just don't get rehomed. For some reason, like everything I wear is from Club. But they just don't get rehomed, maybe the size doesn't fit or for whatever reason. We came out with this idea where you can choose the bag size, pay a single price, and there will be mountains of clothes in women's top, women's bottom, and men's category. And you just pick and choose what you want and put it in the bag and walk away with it. So you have us clear the inventory, you enjoy clothes at a really affordable price, and finally the balance we donate them to the migrant workers group through MOM to help us distribute to them. Yeah, so this is awesome. We managed to circulate about 1,000 kg of clothes back into the community. Yes, just this event alone. And so yeah, we make our sustainable shopping alternative fun, affordable and accessible by popping out in different parts of Singapore. So you might have to catch us if you can. Just follow our Instagram and you'll find out where we are popping out next. And I'm happy to share that we just turned 4. Why the text so small? This is called pop-up. Yeah, okay, anyway, we just turned 4 in this October. Did about 80 pop-ups, maybe more. Yeah, and rehomed 23,000 items through fashion swap alone. Yeah, so we have other activities that we counted by kg, not captured. Still doing my admin work to wrap out the end of the year. And we raised about $21,000 and channeled to 26 different beneficiaries. Where did the money come from? Whenever you shop or swap with us, we do charge a nominal rate, and part of the proceeds is then channeled to different causes each time, each pop-up. So we managed to do that in the span of 4 years. And in July 2022, there was a big turning point as well. We worked with ISO accredited recycling partner to roll out Singapore's first iconic yellow textile recycling bin. Yes, that is in July 2022. So today we have more than 450 yellow bins in Singapore. And you can go to our website, club.sg/donate, to find out where is the bin. And and we managed to divert close to 5,000 tons of textile waste from the landfill and incinerator. So pretty close to the national stats, recycling stats of 2023 and 2022. And our aim is to double that by planting more textile recycling bin in Singapore. Okay, but remember, recycling is the last few R's. Yeah, later I'll ask you a question, what is the 5 R's, okay? Alright, so yes, quite a bit of a journey so far since I stopped shopping. You know, from coming out with sustainable shopping alternative to launching the textile recycling bin project in Singapore. From a walk-in wardrobe, I downsized to a single rack, to now managing a community wardrobe. How tempting is that? But my personal wardrobe remained the same, a single rack. And let me see my notes. Yes, I learned that actually whether I swap or shop is about practicing self-control. Because I get temptation every time I sort clothes. When I say no, nothing will come in, but when I say yes, I took like about 20-50 items home. But the fun thing is, if I don't use them, I can always put it back into the Club cycle, we call that. Yes. And I also finally understood the saying, less is more. What is less is more? I never really quite understood. But based on this, even though I have way less clothes compared to before, I actually have more creativity, to be honest, you know. It's like when you travel in a suitcase with limited clothes, yeah, and with less choices, you have to be more creative in mixing and matching. I wear my clothes the other way around, you know, or I wear it differently. From a scarf, I try to play around and wear it differently. So it's just having fun with fashion all over again, basically. And that's quite freeing, actually. Let me see. So yes. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. And I also realized the more things I own, the more things own me. Because often when we buy things, we don't really think about the maintenance and the management of stuff. So we just buy, take, free ma, take, buy, and then the next thing you know, you actually have to manage them. There's this thing called dust that you have to clean and, you know, tidy. So yeah, having less is so much more freeing because you don't have to think about all that. So long and short of it is really about practicing self-control and being mindful of what you bring into your home, your life, your wardrobe. Be it things, people, or energy. So that was my takeaway after all that journey. And I'm proud to say that I'm no longer a shopaholic, but a swapaholic. Where every time if I stop using anything, I will just take them out for a swap. So easily accessible, yeah, it's under my nose. And it's really guilt-free with no attachment whatsoever. I'm able to enjoy fashion in the most sustainable and circular way possible and doing good at the same time. It's really win-win-win for the planet, the people making our clothes, and my pockets. Very important. So today, let me see what's my next slide. Okay, today I invite you to take this idea back and plant it in your community. We all wear clothes, and for decades we are wired to buy new ones. And with a wide variety of choices of very cheap fast fashion and ultra fast fashion brands, we tend to buy more than what we actually need, but at the cost of our planet. So it is really like what Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting change. It's high time we change the way we consume fashion. So don't worry, I'm not here to tell you to stop shopping altogether, like what I do. But it's not entirely impossible, because I always say, if Jasmine the shopaholic can stop shopping, so can you. There was a cooking show called If Yen Can Cook, So Can You. So yeah. So if Jasmine the shopaholic can stop shopping, so can you. And I read this article from the Observer, and it says when people buy less stuff, you get immediate drop in emission, resource consumption, and pollution. How powerful is that? Maybe we can start from there. Buy less, choose better, make it last, said by the late Vivienne Westwood. And we can try to buy less for a start, consider buying secondhand first and swap instead of shop. And you can start with your friends and family, or join a clothes swap near you. And if there isn't any, perhaps it's time to start one or join the fashion revolution. So let's close the loop for fashion for good. Thank you.